My Time at Bottomley High by Pete Gorrell, Chapter 1, How Our School Got to Win the Cup, Part 2. I just ignored them. It was hot dogs for lunch, my absolute favourite. I love hot dogs even more than I love chips. Hot dogs with tomato sauce, yum yum. I had triple helpings and gobbled them down like I hadn't eaten for weeks. I was in luck. This afternoon was, wait for it, PE. We should have had Mr. Gordon, Stinky as we called him. Not to his face, you understand. I couldn't stand Mr. Gordon. Besides the awful smell, he always made us do cross-country in the winter. I hate running through mud in the snow. He didn't let us wear tracksuits. He said, "Tracksuits are for girls." Mrs. Evans, the girls' PE teacher, used to give him one of her stares if she heard him say that. Luckily, Stinky had an unfortunate accident. Apparently, he'd fallen down the steps outside the girls' changing area and broken his coccyx. Mrs. Evans had to help him into the ambulance. He's lucky she was there, really. Now, today we didn't have cross-country with Stinky. We had gym with Mr. Entrance. Because Mr. Gordon had been taken ill, Mr. Pullen, the geography teacher, had to cover for him. Mr. Pullen, Egghead as we called him, had planned to sit in the staff room, drinking coffee, reading Top Gear magazine, but luckily for him, he now had something to do. Not only was Mr. Pullen gifted in the science of geography, he was also a fully qualified PE teacher. Well, he knew how to play football anyway. Now, that's not quite why Mr. Pullen had become to be reserve PE teacher. What really happened was, Mr. Pullen was being sarcastic. He liked to be sarcastic. It comforted him. When he was making people look foolish, he thought it made him look smart. He was engaged in conversation in the staff room one lunchtime, and he had just said at the top of his voice, "PE, call that teaching? I'm sure my old school's PE teacher was recruited at the local zoo." Mr. Pullen had forgotten that Mr. Braintree, the headmaster, was also a PE teacher before he was a headmaster. Mr. Braintree had the delight to say at the top of his voice, "Absolutely, Pullen, a chap of your ability could teach PE standing on his head, or even in his own time." That was 3 years ago. Mr. Pullen had been standing ever since. What he has now learned to do is keep his big mouth shut. He's also gone bald. "We need a referee for the rugby tonight. I'll see you at 4. Where were we? Oh yes, it was thought best that Mr. Pullen should take PE that afternoon. It wasn't school policy to overstretch supply teachers on their first day, apparently. So Mr. Entrance was told he could take it easy. Egghead had just come in to the changing room. He cleared his throat and tried to shout above the noise of 60 boys excitedly yelling at once. It was a total din. You could occasionally hear the word "entrance," but the rest was pure noise. Egghead finally made himself heard. He said, "Mr. Jones isn't here to take you, so I am standing in." "What are you standing in?" a voice shouted. "Better wipe your feet," came another one. "Button it, Carter. Has your uncle had his sex change operation yet?" said Egghead. Carter went all quiet as the room erupted into wolf whistles. "You're doing cross-country." "Boo!" came the reply. The room then went quite dark, as a huge shadow filled the doorway. Mr. Entrance had decided that he didn't want to take it easy after all. "Go to the gymnasium," he roared. He didn't get any smart replies. Everyone silently scurried to the gym, including Egghead. No one looked behind them to see if Mr. Entrance was following. The sound of metal scraping against stone gave us our answer. Mr. Entrance let his mighty blade trail on the floor behind him. We all stood quietly in the corner of the gym as Mr. Entrance took out the gym equipment. No one made a sound until Jefferson trumped. It wasn't a normal trump, but a huge, deafening trump, the sort of trump a rhinoceros would make. It was the funniest thing I have ever heard. We laughed and laughed until we had tears rolling down our faces. We had just caught our breath when Jefferson did it again. I nearly weed myself. I don't think I will ever laugh that much ever again. My cheeks hurt, I laughed that much.